It seems like these days there's an influencer for just about everything, right? Like makeup tutorials or cooking hacks.
Yeah, definitely.
But did you know that there are actually influencers for your wallet too?
Mm-mm.
That's right. We're going to be diving deep into the world of financial influencers or finfluencers.
Yeah.
You've probably seen them
Right.
popping up on your social media feeds, promising financial freedom and hot stock tips.
Absolutely.
But how do you know who to trust?
Yeah, that's a really great question.
That's what we're here to unpack today.
It is fascinating how this new breed of financial gurus has emerged.
Yeah.
They're really changing the way that people learn about money,
Mm-hmm.
making it more accessible and even engaging.
For sure. But with so many voices out there,
Yeah.
it can feel overwhelming.
Absolutely.
Let's start by kind of mapping out the different types of finfluencers that you might encounter.
So our sources actually break them down into 6 main categories,
Yes.
each with its own unique focus and style.
Okay, let's try and keep them all straight.
Right.
First, we've got the personal finance experts.
Yes.
The ones all about budgeting and getting out of debt.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Ramsey, the anti-debt crusader, he's probably the most well-known in this category.
Probably.
What's interesting is that his approach goes beyond just dollars and cents.
Absolutely, you're right. Ramsey's philosophy is really deeply rooted in personal responsibility
Okay.
and behavior change. He really advocates for a cash-based system, the snowball method, for paying off debt, and a strong aversion to debt in general.
That snowball method definitely has a catchy name.
Right?
But doesn't avoiding all debt limit your options, especially when it comes to things like investing?
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
While Ramsey's approach can be effective for getting out of debt quickly, some argue that it can be overly restrictive
Right.
and may cause you to miss out on the potential benefits of leveraging debt for investments.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. There are pros and cons to consider. All right, who's next on our finfluencer lineup?
All right, next we have the investment gurus, those who delve into the world of stocks, real estate, and even sometimes cryptocurrency.
Okay.
One prominent example is Graham Stephan,
Mm.
who made his millions in real estate and now shares his investment strategies online.
Stefan's story is definitely inspiring. He achieved financial independence at a young age, which is what a lot of people are looking for.
Right.
But I've always wondered how replicable his real estate heavy approach is, especially for someone just starting out.
That's a question worth considering.
Mm-hmm.
Real estate can be a great investment, but it's also capital intensive and comes with its own set of risks.
Okay.
Stefan's success is tied to specific market conditions and his own entrepreneurial skills, which might not be easily replicated by everyone.
It's like those cooking shows where they make everything look so easy, but then you try it at home and end up with a burnt mess.
Exactly. It's important to remember that individual results may vary. And when it comes to investing, what worked for someone else might not necessarily work for you.
So don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Or one influencer's advice, for that matter. Okay, who else do we have on our list?
Moving on, we have the financial educators. These are those who break down complex financial concepts into bite-sized pieces,
Okay.
making it easier for beginners to understand.
Uh-huh.
Andre Geek, for example, is known for his YouTube videos
Yeah.
that explain investing and personal finance in a clear and engaging way.
Okay.
He actually does a great job of explaining a Roth IRA,
Right.
which we mentioned earlier.
That's helpful. A Roth IRA is one of those things I know I should understand, but it always seems so complicated.
Yes.
So what's the deal with a Roth IRA? Why are they so great?
Well, a Roth IRA is a retirement savings account that allows your investments to grow tax-free.
Okay.
What's unique about a Roth IRA is that you contribute after-tax dollars, but you don't pay any taxes on the earnings when you withdraw the money in retirement.
So it's like planting a money tree that bears tax-free fruit in the future.
You could say that.
Okay.
It's a really powerful tool for long-term savings and can be a great option for young people just starting to build their wealth.
Okay, that's making a lot more sense now.
Good.
Thanks for breaking that down.
Absolutely.
Who's next in our Finfluencer parade?
All right, next we have the entrepreneurs' wealth builders. Those who focus on building wealth through business ownership and creating passive income streams.
Okay.
Patrick Bet-David, for instance, shares his insights on entrepreneurship and building a successful business.
This is an interesting category, especially for anyone who dreams of being their own boss. But isn't building a business incredibly risky?
There's definitely a level of risk involved in any entrepreneurial endeavor.
Yeah.
However, Bet-David and other influencers in this category often emphasize strategies for mitigating those risks.
Okay.
Things like diversifying income streams, validating business ideas, and building a strong team.
So it's not just about having a great idea.
No.
It's about having a solid plan and being prepared for the challenges that come with starting and running a business.
Exactly. Entrepreneurship is a journey, and these influencers aim to guide their audience through the ups and downs of that journey.
Okay, 2 more categories to go.
All right.
What's next?
If you're intrigued by the cutting edge of finance, you might gravitate toward the crypto and tech-focused influencers.
Okay.
Anthony Pompliano, a vocal Bitcoin advocate, is a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about blockchain technology and the future of digital currencies.
Crypto is definitely a hot topic these days, but it also feels like a bit of a Wild West.
Uh-huh.
What exactly is blockchain technology,
Right.
and why is it such a big deal?
Imagine a digital ledger that's distributed across a network of computers.
Okay.
That's essentially what blockchain is.
Okay.
It's a secure and transparent way to record transactions and track assets, making it very difficult to tamper with or counterfeit.
So it's like a digital fortress for your money.
In a way, yes. It's the technology that underpins Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And it has the potential to revolutionize many industries beyond finance.
Wow, that's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Okay, we've reached our final category.
All right.
Who are the last players in our Finfluencer lineup?
Last but not least, we have the frugal living advocates,
Okay.
those who champion mindful spending and saving strategies.
Okay.
The budget mom, for example, shares tips on creating budgets, reducing expenses, and making your money stretch further.
I think we could all use a bit of that wisdom in our lives.
Right.
But sometimes frugality can feel restrictive.
Yeah.
Isn't it important to enjoy life and treat yourself once in a while?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Frugality is not about deprivation. It's about making conscious choices about how you spend your money.
Okay.
The budget mom and other influencers in this category often emphasize finding a balance between saving and spending,
Mm-hmm.
allowing for guilt-free enjoyment while still working towards your financial goals.
So it's about being smart with your money, not necessarily being cheap.
Exactly. It's about aligning your spending with your values and making sure your money is working for you, not against you.
Okay, so we've met the main players in the Finfluencer game, the budget gurus, the investment wizards, the crypto enthusiasts, and everyone in between.
Right.
It's amazing how much variety there is.
And this diversity reflects the evolving needs and interests of the modern investor. It's no longer a one-size-fits-all approach to finance.
Which is great. It means there's probably an influencer out there who aligns with your specific goals and style.
Right.
But how do you know who to trust?
Yeah.
I mean, anyone can call themselves a financial expert online.
That's a crucial point. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll delve into the potential dangers of blindly following influencers
Right.
and equip you with the tools to evaluate their advice critically.
Sounds like a plan. Stay tuned, folks, because things are about to get really interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So we've met this diverse cast of characters in the Finfluencer world.
Yeah.
From the debt-slaying warriors to the crypto-decoding wizards.
Right.
It's exciting to see so many people that are passionate about making finance accessible. But now it's time to kind of put on our skeptic hats.
Indeed.
Yeah.
While there are many genuine finfluencers out there, it's crucial to remember that not everyone online has your best interests at heart.
Yeah, that's true in any online space, right? You can't believe everything you see.
Absolutely.
So what are some red flags that scream, like, run away when it comes to financial influencers?
One of the biggest warning signs is a promise of unrealistic returns.
Okay.
If an influencer guarantees you'll double your money in a month or claims to have some secret formula for beating the market, proceed with extreme caution.
It's like those ads that promise you'll lose 10 pounds in a week by just drinking this one magical smoothie.
Right?
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Precisely. Legitimate investing involves risk,
Yeah.
and no one can predict the market with absolute certainty.
Right.
Another red flag is the use of pressure tactics.
Okay.
If an influencer creates a sense of urgency, pushing you to invest immediately before you miss out, that's a really good sign to step back and reassess.
I've seen that a lot with those online courses. It's always limited spots available or doors close at midnight.
Exactly.
It makes you feel like you need to jump on it right away without thinking it through.
That's exactly the kind of emotional manipulation that scammers use.
Right.
They want to bypass your rational decision-making
Mm-hmm.
and get you to act impulsively.
So FOMO, fear of missing out, can actually cost you financially.
Absolutely.
What else should we watch out for?
A lack of transparency is a major concern.
Okay.
Trustworthy influencers are open about their background, qualifications, and any potential conflicts of interest.
Mm-hmm.
They'll very clearly disclose if they're being compensated for promoting certain products or services.
Right, because some influencers are essentially brand ambassadors.
Yes.
Right, they're getting paid to recommend certain stocks or platforms.
Exactly. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with sponsored content,
Right.
it's crucial that those relationships are transparent.
Yeah.
You need to know if you're getting an unbiased recommendation or a paid endorsement.
It's like those celebrity endorsements. You always wonder if they actually use the product or if they're just cashing a check.
Right. And that skepticism is healthy. Always dig a little deeper
Yeah.
and consider the motivations behind the recommendations.
Okay, so we've talked about unrealistic promises, pressure tactics, and lack of transparency.
Yeah.
Are there any specific types of scams that are common in the finfluencer world?
Oh, absolutely. One that's been making headlines lately is the pump and dump scheme,
Okay.
particularly in the cryptocurrency space.
Pump and dump. That sounds aggressive. What exactly does that involve?
It's essentially market manipulation.
Okay.
An influencer, often with a large following, will heavily promote a particular cryptocurrency or stock,
Okay.
artificially inflating its price. Once the price has been pumped up,
Mm-hmm.
they sell their holdings, leaving their followers with a rapidly depreciating asset.
So it's like they're pumping up a balloon and then letting all the air out,
Yeah,
leaving everyone else holding an empty, worthless piece of rubber.
that's a vivid analogy.
Yeah,
Sadly, many people get caught up in these schemes,
right.
believing they're getting in on the ground floor of something big, only to be left with significant losses.
It reminds me of those pyramid schemes where you're encouraged to recruit more and more people,
Right.
and the whole thing eventually collapses.
You're right to draw that parallel.
Yeah.
Pyramid schemes are another common scam in the financial world,
Okay.
often disguised as business opportunities
Yeah.
or multi-level marketing programs.
Right.
The focus is on recruiting new members rather than selling actual products or services.
So the real product is actually other people. That's creepy. And that's illegal, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pyramid schemes are illegal and unethical. Always be wary of any opportunity that emphasizes recruitment over legitimate business practices.
Okay, so we've got pump and dumps and pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
What other traps should we be on the lookout for?
Another sneaky tactic is the use of misleading testimonials
Mm-hmm.
or fabricated success stories.
Okay.
You might see claims that people got rich quick using a particular strategy or product, but those stories could be completely made up.
It's like those before and after weight loss photos. You never know if they're real or doctored.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's easy to create the illusion of success online,
Right.
so it's crucial to verify any claims
Mm.
and look for evidence-based results.
This all sounds so daunting. How can we possibly stay ahead of all these scammers? It
Yeah.
feels like they're always one step ahead.
You're right, it's a constant cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
But there are practical steps you can take to protect yourself.
Okay.
First and foremost, do your own research. Don't rely solely on an influencer's claims.
So don't just take their word for it. Actually verify the information.
Precisely. Check independent sources,
Yeah.
read reviews,
Yeah.
and consult with a certified financial advisor if needed.
Okay, that makes sense. A second opinion can be invaluable when it comes to making big financial decisions.
Absolutely.
What else can we do to stay safe?
Another crucial step is to be wary of insider information or secret strategies.
Okay.
If an influencer claims to have exclusive access to information that guarantees profits, it's very likely a scam.
Yeah, because if they really had a guaranteed winning formula, why would they share it with the world?
Exactly. Legitimate financial advice focuses on long-term strategies.
Yeah.
Risk management and building a solid foundation.
Okay.
It's not about get-rich-quick schemes or shortcuts.
So slow and steady wins the race,
Yeah,
even in the world of investing.
absolutely.
What other words of wisdom do you have for us?
Always remember, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Trust your instincts and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay.
A legitimate financial advisor or influencer will welcome your questions
Right.
and be happy to explain their reasoning in a clear and concise manner.
Okay, that's a great reminder.
Yeah,
If they get defensive or try to avoid answering your questions, that's a big red flag.
absolutely. And lastly, remember that you are ultimately responsible for your financial decisions.
Yeah.
Don't blindly follow anyone,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how charismatic or persuasive they may seem.
It's like that old saying, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me.
Right?
We have to take ownership of our financial journeys.
You've got it. Financial empowerment comes from knowledge, critical thinking, and making informed choices that align with your goals and values.
Okay, so we've delved into the dark side of the finfluencer world,
Uh-huh.
but let's remember that not everyone is out to scam you.
Right.
There are many genuine and ethical financial influencers out there who are truly passionate about helping people.
Absolutely. And in the next part of our deep dive, we'll focus on the positive.
Okay.
How to identify and follow those trustworthy finfluencers who can really add value to your financial life.
Sounds like a plan. Stay tuned as we navigate the path to finding the right financial guidance in this exciting and ever-evolving world. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've journeyed through the finfluencer landscape,
It has been quite the adventure.
exploring those dazzling heights of financial inspiration and the shadowy depths of scams.
Yes.
But now let's shift our focus to the positive side,
Okay.
shall we? Let's talk about how to find those trustworthy financial guides who can illuminate your path to financial well-being.
Sounds good.
Yes, please. Because after all that talk about scams,
Yeah.
I need a little reassurance that there are good guys out there. So
Yeah.
how do we spot those genuine financial gurus in this crowded online world?
Well, it's all about looking for those key indicators of credibility and integrity.
Okay.
One of the first things to check is transparency. Does the influencer openly share their background, qualifications, and any potential conflicts of interest?
So no hidden agendas or secret sponsorships.
Exactly. You want someone who's upfront about how they make money and whether they're being compensated for promoting certain products or services.
Okay, it's like checking the nutrition label on food.
Right.
You want to know what you're consuming financially speaking.
That's a great analogy. Transparency is all about giving you the information you need to make informed decisions.
Okay, transparency is a big one. What else should we be looking for?
Another important factor is a focus on education rather than hype.
Okay.
Trustworthy influencers prioritize providing valuable information
Right.
and helping their audience understand financial concepts.
So it's not just about flashy promises of overnight riches.
Not at all. It's about empowering people with knowledge and skills that will benefit them in the long run.
It's like learning to play an instrument. It takes time, effort, and a good teacher to master it.
Exactly. And just like you wouldn't want a music teacher who promises you'll be a concert pianist in a week, you shouldn't trust a financial influencer who guarantees unrealistic results.
Okay, so education over hype, check. What else should we add to our checklist for finding a trustworthy influencer?
Look for a track record of accuracy and integrity.
Okay.
Do they cite credible sources? Do they provide evidence-based advice? Are they willing to admit when they've made a mistake?
It's like choosing a doctor. You want someone who is knowledgeable, experienced, and honest.
Precisely. You want someone who is committed to providing sound advice, even if it means acknowledging their own imperfections.
Humility is definitely a good quality in a financial mentor. What else should we consider?
Pay attention to how they interact with their audience.
Okay.
Do they respond to questions and comments thoughtfully? Do they foster a respectful and inclusive community?
So it's not just about the information they share,
Yeah.
but also how they engage with their followers.
Absolutely. You want someone who is approachable, responsive, and genuinely cares about their audience's well-being.
It's like finding a good friend who also happens to be a financial whiz, someone you can trust and learn from.
Exactly. Building a positive and supportive relationship with a financial mentor can really make a difference in your financial journey.
Okay, so we've identified the hallmarks of a trustworthy finfluencer. Let's say we found a few who seem to fit the bill. How do we actually incorporate their advice into our overall financial plan?
That's a great question. First and foremost, remember that no single influencer has all the answers.
Okay.
Think of them as valuable resources who can offer different perspectives and insights.
So it's like creating a financial advisory board made up of different experts, each with their own area of expertise.
Exactly. And just like you wouldn't blindly follow the advice of any single advisor,
Right.
you shouldn't blindly follow any single influencer.
Right. It's about taking what resonates with you, what aligns with your values and your goals, and leaving the rest behind.
Precisely. And don't be afraid to seek professional guidance from a certified financial advisor, especially when making major financial decisions.
It's like getting a second opinion from a doctor. It's always good to have an expert weigh in.
Exactly. Financial advisors can help you create a comprehensive plan that takes into account your entire financial picture.
So the key takeaway here is to be proactive, do your research, and find trustworthy resources that empower you to make informed decisions.
That's a great summary. Financial literacy is a journey, and it's one that we all need to embark on.
Well said. It feels like we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. From understanding the different types of finfluencers to recognizing the red flags of scams
Yeah,
and identifying the qualities of trustworthy mentors.
we did.
It's been quite an educational journey.
Absolutely. And remember, financial empowerment comes from knowledge, critical thinking, and making choices that align with your goals and values.
Absolutely. So to all our listeners out there, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep striving for financial well-being.
Uh-huh.
And don't be afraid to reach out for help and guidance along the way.
We're all in this together. And remember, the best investment you can make is in yourself and your financial literacy.
That's a perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of financial influencers. Until next time, happy investing.